G'day, my name is Frederick Coenraad Nortje. I love cooking and I love drugs. This is called a bong. I highly recommend that if you come to me and you like smoking your cannabis through a bong, that you have yourself a nice clean bong. I've only just made this one yesterday. I've taken parts from my old bong, which is this nice copper or brass. I'm pretty sure it's copper pipe and a heavy copper cone. So you want your bong, when you're making your bong, to be good material, good metals. If you can scratch it with something, or don't use your fingernail, but like with another bit of metal and the enamel or the metal or whatever starts changing in colour, this is a shit bit of material, get rid of it. Like, it's not good to put shit in your lungs. But if you're going to put shit in your lungs, make sure you use like reducing the damage as much as possible. We used to call this a Spring Valley bong. This used to be a Spring Valley bottle down the bottom. The Spring Valley is a juice company, and they just had the perfect bottles for this thing. I can't find Spring Valley glass bottles anymore, so grape juice and prune juice from the Asian supermarket seem to be the way to go. Yeah, this has been fantastic. And the pipe is 32mm piping from Bunnings. It's a good fit. But the great thing about this is you never need to replace the glass. You can always just clean that out really well. You can always clean the pipe and the cone out really well. And this is the only part that you replace. You replace it every couple of months or whatever, and it's really simple to do. In order to do it, you can drill for your shoddy, which is a little hole at the back. So when you're pulling your cone, you want to have your finger on the shoddy at the back. And then once all the cannabis is burned up and the bong's full of smoke, you take your finger off, that's where all the smoke rushes into your lungs. If you're a novice, you'll cough, but get as much in there as possible. The cough goes away and then you have a good time. If you don't there's people who don't know about shoddies and don't use shoddies, so there's another sort of way to do it, which is you fill your cone, you light it, but you make sure your cone can come out of the pipe. And so when your bong's full of smoke, it's just the same effect as taking your finger off the shoddy. But the finger of the shoddy is just so much more simple. Cannabis is a beautiful healing tool. It's a beautiful healing tool. And this is basically what we're going to talk about. We're just going to be honest with one another. We're going to talk about the shit we should be able to talk about, but we're not allowed to talk about. Because I'm after a good root. Like, I've had some great roots, some really great roots, but this is still not a good root. A good root is just someone I can be completely myself with in all ways. I don't have to hold back or think about what I'm saying, put energy into lies or excuses or whatever. I know that this person in front of me is speaking to me and they're thinking about having an affair with someone else, they're going to talk to me about it. They're not just going to go and fucking run off and play around and be this really ignorant, integrity lacking thing, and then somehow think that love is a part of its being. Control, force, jealousy, expectation, all this sort of stuff when it comes to relationships. This is the barrier to having a good root. Because a good root means that you are just able to fucking let it all go. But you are able to let it all go in every moment. But in your letting go, the person in front of you is also watching you as you are watching them. And if you're doing something that's harmful, or you've got a narrative in your head, however you think that's going over and over and it's affecting the way that you project yourself, that person's going to pull you up. And you're going to know that they're pulling you up because you're closing down their space, you're closing down your safety. So you're going to talk and hopefully open up this together and be better together. And this is what a good root is. And it just starts with the basics. So last week I had a good root. Like, I had a really good root last week, actually. I didn't really know much about this woman at all. I know she had a really nice body. And then when I got her naked, she had these nipples that were like this, like fucking awesome. You know these nipples, man? So, before we go on, we need to talk about ego. This isn't about my ego. This is about understanding everything and bringing ourselves back to this saying of my body is a temple. And therefore making it my temple by understanding that my body is my own. It is mine. It is the only thing I will ever have. For someone else to try and put rules on what I do to and with my body is ridiculous. My body is a phenomenal thing. And it is my temple. And when it's my temple, it is safe. And when it is safe, I know every square fucking millimeter of it. Every nook, fucking cranny, crack and cavity. It is my freedom to explore this thing, and it is a beautiful fucking thing to explore. And hence we talk about this shit and we open it up. We talk about the shit that gets in the way, which is fucking obesity and overweight, religion. We talk about this from a perspective of just basic understanding and truth. Overweight and obesity, this is a mental health disease. It's a significant one. And it's how I know when I look at you, you are not well. You can sit there in a room of people talking about and having a debate about beauty and being a fat mess and question who has the right to tell me what beauty is. When you walk up a fucking hill, Mount Taylor here, it's barely a hill. And you make the ugliest fucking disgusting faces all the way, complain, bitch and moan. When your skin, this adipose tissue, feels so unnatural and unhealthy and yuck. It is disgusting. It is a mental health issue that you think that anything about overweight and obesity is healthy. But also it's not your fault. You have been designed to be NPCs, not be able to think for yourself and just take a narrative that somehow this is beauty, big is beautiful. You can be big, you can be strong, this is beautiful. Big and weak is not beautiful. Therefore I know you're not a good root, you've never had a good root. When you're a man, I know you've got a fucking soft cock. You don't know what a hard cock is. I don't want to touch you. I don't want you to fuck me. And I don't want to fuck you. Just because this thing is disgusting. Religion, it's another mental health issue. It is a significant mental health issue. That you cannot look at the experience in front of your own eyes for what it is. Instead, you will take the words of some idiot wanker's wife's brothers, sisters, dogs, fucking piss that look like clouds in a fucking stream as what this thing is. It's fucking dumb. It is fucking dumb. Pigs like police. We're going to talk about some comments that I've made on my writing, which are really, really clear. Is that although not all pedophiles are police, all police are pedophiles. Just because of how little integrity you have. You are lacking in all integrity. You are the most unsafe organisation in this country when you should be the safest. You will let a man walk to a cliff when he said he will walk to a cliff when you said he will be watch number one. This is who you are. You are not a good root. You are not a good root. So, in my smoothie just now, so I've got frozen banana, which was just normal banana, and it went really, really brown. And when the banana goes really, really brown, it's brown all over on the skin. You don't throw it out, you put it in the freezer. This is when it's at its absolute best. The more ripe it gets, the more it matures, the more sweet it gets. And you put something like this in a smoothie and it's great. Your blueberries and things, so these are blueberries. They are blueberries, that's what I was trying to say. Your darker coloured berries, these are great forms of, what are they? There's a word for it. Anyway, they're great for you. Cashew nuts, great form of protein and fats. And then I put protein in my smoothie because this is all I have. Well, this is all I eat until about 4 o'clock in the day when I start snacking and then make dinner. Yogurt on top of that. And the cannabis. So there's a big difference between smoking cannabis and eating cannabis. Smoking cannabis, you can just dry your cannabis from a plant, and I'll introduce you to a plant when I harvest the one I've got growing here. It's getting there. And you'll get stoned, so you're smoking through that, you get stoned. But when you're eating, you have to activate the cannabis. This is called carbonization or something like that. And basically to do that, you put your cannabis in the oven at 90 degrees for about 50 minutes. And then you take it out and I made brownies yesterday. This is the great thing about cannabis. How you take your medicine is just a beautiful way to enjoying it. So I can have brownies, which I've just made yesterday and it tastes beautiful. Or I can have it in this beautiful smoothie. And I wouldn't usually have it in this beautiful smoothie, but because I was making the brownie yesterday, I decided I would just keep some for the morning. Let's see how it went. Then yogurt. So I'm not just going to bang on and bitch on like people just get on and rant and rave about fat people and religious people and pigs and all this sort of stuff, and we don't go anywhere with it. Like, I'm going to offer solutions, but mostly I'm going to tell my stories and a bunch of jokes and personal experiences that are hard to believe, but the fuck they are funny. So from a starting point, this is all we really need to know. This is all you need to know about me. I swear, to be here, you have to kind of be like a parking meter. That's why I love AI, because AI is basically just like an advanced parking meter. But it's also the starting point to understand what I'm trying to do here and why we're trying to remove all this rubbish and come back to a point where we can tell the basic truth to one another. So, I love, hang on a second, I'm just going to get this on. So I love AI, a couple of reasons. It's going to replace some jobs that need to be replaced, like the GP, the general GP for one. People are going to be able to go and get actual care. They'll put their shit in the system, and the system will go, this is the problem, or these are the potential problems, and you'll be referred to where you need to be referred to, rather than this apathetic piece of shit in front of us. It doesn't want to listen and can't listen. It's just basically, it's just like a dictator copy machine. So you just chuck information in it, or you just say shit, or you just read shit and it just gets stored. And this is basically all a GP is. It's just a storage of fucking information. It's no different than a computer. But other than a computer, which is programmed only just to give out the basics, the doctor thinks all this other stuff around it and puts their ego in them and their position and their status and all that sort of stuff into it, and the person walks away without getting any care at all. So just about every GP in the country would be replaced. Everyone would be able to get medical care. We'd be able to hire a shitload more nurses and put a hell of a lot of money into the nursing area so that they can get many more people in there to help them out, especially at the hospitals, God. But anyway, this will be the phenomenal thing with AI. But because AI is generally just a parking meter, and this is all a doctor is, but it's a parking meter that's just got some sort of a virus in it, and therefore it thinks that it's something different than what it is. Because we really should all be parking meters from the starting point. Because everyone who goes to the parking meter needs to put $2 in there. Every single person. It doesn't matter who you are, you can't argue with it. Your status, who you are, your position, your fame, your fortune, whatever the fuck does not come into it. Whether you are in absolute poverty, if you are black, white, green, red, yellow, pink. It does not give a shit. It does not care that your mum just died or your brother's a cunt. It does not care that you're a cunt. It does not care that it does not care at all. It just does not care who you are, what you are. To it, you are completely equal. You are the same. If you are not at this point in your journey, you are nowhere. You are not even past the most basic learning of oneness and unity. This is not apathy. This is not being emotionless. This is treating your fellow human being, no matter who they are, exactly the same. This is where peace lives. If you are not here and you cannot understand this basic simplicity, please look at yourself in the mirror and take some responsibility for yourself. Stop blaming the world for your stupid and all the problems that you have. You are your problem. Just you. Not me. Not anyone else. You being a lazy slob and not going for a walk, not understanding the foods that you put in your body is the reason you are overweight or obese. We are not pathetic here. We do not now go, but there are certain people who can't help it because of this and that. Yes, this is an absolute basic minority, a huge minority. We do not include the minorities because these are an anomaly to the system, to this system. It's an anomaly. We know this. We are not stupid here. We are here in awareness, in attention, in mindfulness. When I say guys, you will not be so pathetic as bring fucking gender into it. You will understand that guys is genderless. You will understand this. You are not pathetic because I am not pathetic. We will not be pathetic together. We will speak the truth and we will have a really, really good time. So, I am Frederick Coenraad here, and we are getting a perspective of what it means for me to get a good root. And that is what I'm after. I'm going to do one more fucking video today, straight after this, so you can understand how I'm going to teach you the shit that I'm going to teach you.